Hey there, my name is Mark, and this is Not Defining, the place where we delve into those tricky questions around sexuality, gender, identity, sex, love, relationships, and so much more so that you can find your best self however you define. If that sounds good to you and you are new, then hello, welcome. It's so nice to see you. Please click the subscribe button because we've got videos coming out every week. Today, guys, I wanted to talk about something which is a bit difficult, but here at Not Defining, that's what we're here for. We don't shy away from the difficult questions. I want to talk about what happens if you don't like being gay. If you're watching this video and that's what you're going through, then I just want to say thank you for being here. It's okay. I speak with people across all sexuality and gender spectrums in my coaching and my mentoring here online, and a lot of us don't like our sexuality. I think there's an expectation, particularly in so-called like Western world or whatever you want to call it, that we are fine now. You know, we have some LGBT rights and we can come out and everything's okay. And for a lot of us, it's actually not okay with us. We feel deeply uncomfortable. And I think it's really difficult to actually admit and say, do you know what? I hate this. I really, really don't like the way that I am. And so what I want to say, first of all, to anyone who's feeling that is, look, you're not alone. It is perfectly understandable to feel uncomfortable with your sexuality. And it's really, really important that we have the space to be able to just say it. If you're feeling this and are comfortable enough to write in the comments, then please do let us know. Let us know how you're feeling. It's okay to express that. And I think it's actually part of the healing process to be heard and to be able to say, do you know what? This sucks. So why is it that so many of us feel uncomfortable with being gay or being queer or whatever it might be? And what can we do to move through that? So I'm going to share with you a little perspective and a little kind of exercise that hopefully you can try if this is something you're going through, that I hope will help you to, feel more comfortable. So what is normally happening when we feel uncomfortable, we feel ashamed, or we hate the way we are for being gay or queer or whatever it might be, is you are hating a part of yourself because of all the things that we've been told, because of all of the internalized messages that we've got, because of all of the lies and the nonsense of society. We feel so ashamed and so horrified by who we are. And so that part of us becomes what we call a shadow self. So it's this part of us that we keep locked away, we berate it, we don't show it to anybody, and we try to do everything that we can to kind of build on top of that and build this kind of image of ourselves that is not that. And what this does is it creates this kind of tension and this resistance inside our own psyche. And what happens is we get exhausted. We are holding up this image of ourselves that isn't really us. And it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot out of us. And we're doing that because we're doing everything that we can to kind of like run away from or divert attention away from this perceived part of us which is horrible and which we don't like. Okay, a lot of people will come to me in coaching, and by the way, if you would like support with this, then I provide one-on-one coaching. You can check the links below. Also, you can come and speak with other people who are going through this, join group sessions and chat with me online on Patreon. But when people come to me, if I had $1 for every time somebody says to me, look, I just feel really ashamed with my sexuality, and I'm not homophobic, right? And it's true, most people aren't actually homophobic. They don't, they might have gay friends, or they might, support the LGBT community in general, but there's something deep inside which just feels wrong for them. And I want to let you know, this is totally understandable, because it is a subconscious thing. Your logical mind knows that there's not necessarily any problem being LGBT or anything like that, right? But it's on the subconscious level, and it's much more than just your sexuality, okay? It goes into who you are, how you've been brought up, how you see yourself, and all the rest of it. So we have this resistance and this tension within us. How do we start to soothe that and to bring out this kind of loving version of ourselves that feels less bad? So what I would invite you to do is imagine that worst version of yourself, okay? So just take a moment, maybe close your eyes, take a deep breath, whatever you want to do, and imagine the absolute worst case scenario. So let's say that you are gay and you really hate being gay. Imagine that person who was totally gay, totally out, totally whatever it is that you fear, okay? And imagine that that person was in the room with you, okay? And just observe them as if they're like a separate person to you. What we're doing here is a psychological technique, which is separating that part out, that shadow self out from within you, and allowing you to engage with it as if it is another person, okay? And then I want to invite you to ask yourself, how do you feel towards that person standing in front of you? What emotions come up? How do you feel about them? If you're anything like me, because I've had this myself before, you probably feel a mixture of hate, disdain, disgust. You might feel ashamed or embarrassed. But you might also feel some empathy as well, maybe even some pity for them, some sympathy, something like that. But just experience that, okay? Then the second thing I want you to do is, I want you to imagine how they feel about you. Can be a bit tricky, but just try it. How does that person feel about you when you're projecting all this hate towards them? Just notice that. Just sit with that dynamic. And then the next thing I want you to do is try and see if you can project some love towards them. Try. See if you can do it. See if you can hug them. See if you can put a hand on their shoulder. See if you can say something nice to them. And you might not be able to at first, but what I would invite you to try is every day invite that person into the room with you. And just notice how you feel. Notice how they feel. Maybe ask them something. Maybe see if they want to come and sit next to you. Whatever you can do to build a relationship with that person, and whatever you can do to try, little by little, to project love to that person, this should help you to build more love, more compassion, and more understanding for that shadow part of you that you really, really hate. The truth is that that part of you, and this is absolute truth, is the best part of you. And right now, you're pushing it away, but the reality is that once you embrace that part of you, and you allow yourself to integrate that part of you Say, this is a part of me. It's okay. You learn to love and hug and hold that worst part of you close. Your anxiety will decrease, your confidence will grow, and you will feel absolutely amazing. So, what do you think? Have you tried this? Do you think this might work for you? Do you have a shadow self? Do you really hate your sexuality or some other part of you? Let me know. I hope this has been helpful. Again, please come click the join button for more content from me. Subscribe because we've got loads more videos coming out on these kind of topics and so much more. For more detail on this technique, check out this video and I will speak to you again very, very soon. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.